What's up, party people? It's your boy, Mr.MrMario. Let's go. So, this video is going to be short. It's gonna be about the last two trades that I took with the AMD model. Alright, so before we go into that AMD model, right, I'm gonna make this video super quick. I'm gonna explain something to you guys. Alright, one thing I realized with the AMD model, if let's say you can't figure out where is the manipulation, where is the distribution, blah blah blah, right, you can use this, right? Okay, so as you can see on the left, imagine this is a 4-hour candle, right? I mean, it is a 4-hour candle, but just imagine that this is the 4-hour candle that we are going to use, right? So let me see this. Right, so what just happened was, right, the price opened at here, right, this point right here. Next, the price went all the way up, right, and then right now it's at here. It's like moving here and here and here and here and here and here, correct? Okay, oh no, sorry. let me redo that. Right, price open here, went down, created this wick over here, and then pushed up, and then now creating this wick over here, right? So this is currently what this 4-hour candle is doing. So what can you see over here? It made a manipulation here, right? It made a manipulation here before it went up. So our objective, right, our objective is to catch the move at this manipulation right over here, right? That is our objective, to catch this manipulation move and ride the candle up. So what we're going to do, or how we can capitalize on this, is with our daily bias. Alright, seeing daily bias doesn't have to be too hard. Okay, just go to your daily and look at what just happened previously. Remember, candles, right? Candles always have to do something. What must it do? It will always go up, take some sort of liquidity here, right? After it takes the liquidity, it needs to go down to take some sort of liquidity, maybe below, right? After it takes the liquidity below, it has to go up to take another liquidity. So this liquidity can be like swing low, swing high, maybe let's say maybe here was a fair value gap. Okay, let's just say, so maybe it wanted to just take this and then it goes down, right? So that's how the price moves. It needs to take some sort of liquidity, go down, take a liquidity, go up. So basically that. So using that concept, let's look at our daily. What's happening on our daily, right? Price came up. Right after that, it came back down to do what? Take the liquidity of this fair value gap. So where will the price be going? It will be going up, right? So exactly what's happening right here. So this is the concept, right? If you can't see it on the daily, no problem. Go to the 4-hour, right? Go to the 4-hour. Look at the same thing. What is it doing? It's going up. Took a swing high over here, right? And then went back down. Took a swing low over here. Went back up. Took a swing high over here. Correct. Went back down. Took a liquidity over here, went back up, took a swing high over here. So basically you get the you get the idea, right? So with that being said, let's go down to the 15, right? Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about the 15 and the 16 trade. Alright, so we trade during the London session, the 4-hour candle, which is Singapore time 11 o'clock, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait or maybe 10:30, 10:45. Yeah, okay. So on this day, I went to the 4-hour, looked at my bias. So let's look at the bias together. The last thing that I can say is price took out this high, went down to take a liquidity. It took this liquidity, right? Sorry, my bad. From this high, went down, took a liquidity. So once it takes liquidity, it's no more valid, right? So went back up, took this liquidity, went back down. It didn't take any liquidity yet. Right now, this liquidity is still available. This liquidity is still available. this fair value gap is still available, right? So what does that tell me? My bias is bearish, right? Okay, cool. So let's go down. Let's just go down to the 1 minute and look at our candle, how it's playing out. So remember, the new candle opens at 11, right? Okay, so it's 11. Our candle is opening. So remember, we want to catch the move at the manipulation. Yes, correct. It has already formed a wick right here. But when it formed a wick, right, it didn't do a manipulation. So if we are bearish, the manipulation should be to the top, right? It should be something like higher high, higher low, higher high, then down, right? Do you see any higher highs and higher lows here? No, you don't. So we just gotta wait for it to do that move, like a higher high, higher low. And also, what I can see is all this liquidity right here is like relatively high, right? So it's like equal highs. So definitely I'll be waiting for the price to go up and down, you know. Look at it. It did the same thing. It's not manipulating higher than this line over here, right? Let me put it maybe thicker. Right? It's not manipulating over this line. So let's see. Same thing, equal highs. So I would expect the 1 minute to sweep higher than this before it goes down. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so this is what happened. Swept high, went down, and our entry would be here. You may ask, why would it be here? Let me show you. Alright, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So now the manipulation is being set. Once it breaks this red line, we can take the trade, right? Okay, so our first entry, we could, you know, once it breaks the structure, you can just take. That would be the aggressive one. The more conservative one, it would be when it comes back to retap this entry, right? Most of the time I would do that, right? Or I will use a breaker block, which is this, the last up candle before the down candle. I'll wait for a tap there, which also aligns with the breaker structure. So I will just, you know, I'll just take this. But with the breaker block, you can actually put your stop loss above the breaker block, right? And then maybe you aim for New York lows, right? That would have been a 7.85 trade. But for me, I will just put it above the swing high. So let's see what happens. All right. So on this day, what happened? Okay, I remember what happened. So I set a limit here, right? And I didn't take the trade yet, so it went up about 2 a.m. and I was already asleep by then, right? So I was just asleep. And I think, if I'm not wrong, the price played around a bit and then it went down around the time that I woke up, and then it hit TP, something like that, right? I remember I was going to work and then I was like, oh, okay, hit TP, because I completely forgot that I even took the trade. But yeah, so it came back up, retapped our entry again, and was it about 9? I think it was about 9 and it hit or something. Yeah, I'm right. So around 9 it hit, right? So this was a 1:4 trade, but if you put it above your breaker block, that would have been at least a 7 or 8, you know. 1:8. That means if you risked 1k, you would have made 8k overnight. Cool, right? Yeah. Right, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, right? Because trading is never easy. Like, it's hard, right? Not every day you're gonna get these kind of trades. Some days you're gonna miss trades. Some days you're gonna, you know, you're not gonna win. You're gonna lose, right? That's the real fact about trading. So let's look at Friday. So Friday, I couldn't enter the trade because, you know, I didn't want to be aggressive. I wanted to wait for a retap and all that. So yeah, so let's start with the bias, right? So what was my bias? Okay, my bias was still bearish, right? Remember, there was this fair value gap right here, didn't tap yet. There was equal lows here, right? See, this and this equal low. Haven't swept a liquidity yet. Even today, haven't swept a liquidity yet. So here also had a liquidity, went up, tapped this. Nah, so I'm bearish, correct? Next, drop to 1 minute. Yeah, drop to 1 minute. Then let's see. Waiting for a manipulation. Right now it's manipulating higher. Alright, it's manipulating higher. If I see a break, yeah, I saw a break of structure here, right? So a break of structure here because it's the lower low, higher high, higher low, sorry, higher low and higher high, right? Broke structure. Had a breaker block here. If you don't know what's a breaker block is basically a down move before the order block move, right? Yeah, so that's just a breaker block, right? So entry would have been here, here, or here, right? Yeah, I set my limit there, and then I was not even aiming too much. I was just aiming. Was I aiming on one? Oh, okay. I know what I was aiming. So I used the fib tool, right, to mark my standard deviation. So if you guys want to use this fib tool for standard deviation, just use this 1 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 2.5 minus 4 minus 1.5 minus 3 minus 0.5. Sorry, no, there's no minus 0.5, it's just 0.5. Okay, the reason being, right, every time price hits minus 2 to minus 2.5, it will reverse, right? That is just how mathematically it works lah. So from what I can see, the nearest 2.5 I was aiming was this, but I wanted to break even when it hits 2, right? Sorry, when it hits 1, I wanted to break even. Minus 1, I wanted to hit break even. Then I wanted to trail until this low, correct? So that would have been like 2.55 trade, right? So what happened was I didn't get tapped in, and the price went all the way to liquidity, even past liquidity, right? So this would have been easy 1:6 trade, guys, right? Like, which market gives you this kind of price action, man? 1:6, right? So I hope you guys learned something from these videos. So I only had that one trade yesterday, and yeah, because of consistency rules and all that in the prop firms, right? So I can't actually take big trades because the prop firm that I'm using needs 40% consistency every day, so I have to cut my profits. But yeah, so this is how I use it. Feel free to use it. I'm not charging you guys for anything. I'm just teaching you guys what I know. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, hit me up on Discord, ask me questions. I'll be more than happy to help. Ciao.